Ooh, and then it's trash. Why are you talking to yourself? Why are you talking to yourself? Cause girl, I'm fine. Cause girl, I'm fine. Why are you talking to yourself, girl? Why are you talking to yourself? Cause girl, I'm fine. I'm mighty fine. Oh, baby. That lighting though, yes, awesome. I love it. I love this for me. Yep. I love this for me. Yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Come on, lighting. Okay. All right. Let's see when I park. First of all. Oh, I love this camera. I ain't gotta break my neck no more. Bitch, you tried it. Son, can I finesse? No, you can't. Damn, bro, I had such high hopes for you. Let us pray. I don't want nobody to come and stand next to me and ask me stupid questions. I just want to park my freaking car and film this video. Oh, bitch, you playing me some more. Bitch. All right, this. Yeah. Oh, turn off the car, sis. Turn off the car. In my face. Cause bitch, you playing me. Bitch, you. Cause did I do that? No, bitch. Cause it didn't do nothing. Oh my god. All right. Ben, you can't even see. You can't even see. I'm gonna leave my glasses on. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a kind of tips video, and this video is basically going to be on buying a car, because I'm one of those people that whenever it comes to any big purchases, I stress so much about it, and like, because I don't want to be taken advantage of, which I was with my first car, and I just don't want like to spend more money than I have to spend. So I thought this would be a nice video for first time car buyers or people who've been taken advantage of like me, and like just to know what to do the next time around. So these are just going to be some quick tips to making it a very smooth transaction, as smooth as possible. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So my first advice would be never to buy under stress or pressure. So I think most people don't just wake up one day and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy a car and then just head into a dealership. Like, you kind of know beforehand, like a timeline of, okay, I want to buy a car before my 20th birthday, or I want to buy a car before once I graduate school in a couple months or whatever. My goal was, after I paid off my car, like I had it for a while longer, about over a year and a half, but I always knew that I wanted a bigger vehicle. Like, my first car was a Nissan Versa sedan, so it was like a smaller vehicle. I bought it because it was gas efficient, and it was just a nice starter, because right before then I actually had bought like a Ford Escape that I only had for a few months before I moved, and I had to sell it, but like I didn't like it because of the gas mileage and stuff, and I just wanted a car that was very low maintenance, and like if I had to have anything done in it, it would be very cheap, because at that point I was a student working part-time and stuff like that, so I didn't want to overexert myself. But I did know that once I was able to, I wanted to buy an SUV, just because I'm used to driving higher up cars and I feel more comfortable in them, especially living in Canada. It snows so much here, and I work hours that like the roads aren't plowed right away, so like I'm on the road before the roads are clearly plowed. So I needed a vehicle that if I was on a road that hadn't been plowed, I could just drive over everything. Whereas with my sedan, I'd always get stuck because it's a small car, right? And the wheels are so tiny. So even if you have on winter tires, it's just hard for you not to get stuck. So I gave myself a goal of buying a car right before winter, because I also knew that I wanted to hit at the end of the year when the new cars are coming out, because that would make my car cheaper. And also it's just a lot of factors that I researched, so I knew, okay, end of the year before the snow starts, that's when I want to buy a car. So definitely start your car buying process when you're not under stress, and while you still have enough time leading up to actually buying the vehicle. So my second piece of advice would be to do your research in advance. So research a lot of different websites with the cars that you want, and then compare them to each other. Compare the price, the mileage on the vehicle, if there were any accidents. Just compare them in as many aspects as you can, like leather versus not leather, interior, like the trim of the car and stuff like that, just so you can know who has the best prices, basically, if you see two comparable vehicles, but one is $5,000 more expensive than the other, yet they have like the exact same identical features in the vehicle, then of course you're going to go for the one that's less expensive, or you will go to the other dealership and show them the comparable and try to talk them down. So always do your research, because car companies will always tell you, oh, we have the best deals, we have this, we have that. But if you have comparables, they're to just be like, no, actually, here's someone else with something else just like what you're offering me. It just puts you in an upper position, especially when you know what you're talking about. Like, it's so weird, because the first time I bought a car, I didn't know nothing. So basically I went off of everything that the dealer was telling me. Whereas this time I did so much research, like months of research, that whenever the dealer was trying to tell me something, I was like, no, actually that's not true. Or like, no, I did research on this, it's not true. So being well versed, it puts you in a better position, and a better position to bargain as well, and not to be bullshit. But yeah, bullshit. Okay. And then, so my next piece of advice, sorry if the light is weird, like, I'm sorry, I had golden hour, then I don't know what happened, so we're stuck with this. But my other piece of advice would be, bring someone with you. Always bring someone as a support system, just because whenever you're by yourself, it's very easy for them to hound you, especially like if there's another salesman there and stuff. They can kind of tag team you, whereas if you have someone else with you, it kind of takes some of the pressure off, because the dealer, first of all, they don't just have you to focus on, they have like another person, just like they don't want the person to feel left out, even if the person isn't buying. So they still try to like give enough attention to both of you, or however many people are there. But it also gives you breathing room, so like if you want to step out for a second, the person could sit there with them and chat or whatever, and then you get a second to walk out, think, or do whatever you have to do, instead of having them hounding you and stuff like that. So always bring someone. And especially it's crucial to have someone with you when you know you want to walk out and think about it, because when it's just you, the pressure tactics, they're trying to get you to sign right there and then. They don't want you to walk away. Whereas if you have someone with you and you're like, hey, your only job is to force me to leave the dealership, then you have that where it's just like, yeah, no, you have that backup system where it's like, yeah, no, actually they're right, we're just gonna leave and we'll come back another time. So always have a support person there with you. Never go alone. And then this kind of tagged into the last thing I said. Never take the offer right then and there. Always walk away. And that's why I say don't buy a car under pressure, because you should give yourself enough time that you can walk away and think some more. And also, they always hit you with that, well, someone else is thinking about the vehicle, someone else will put in an offer, I won't be able to hold it. And you should feel confident enough to be like, okay, if someone else buys it, then that's it, I'll just look for something else, or like it just wasn't meant to be. Because in that sense, they realize that you're not their target demographic, in that they can pressure you into buying something. You're actually aloof in that, like, you're not pressed, basically. And when you're not pressed, they realize that they can't push you as hard as they want to. And also with walking away, I don't like to do stuff before thinking about it and letting it soak in. Like, I'm the person that I hate regrets. So it's like, I do have to walk away to get out of like the lights and everything, and like the beauty of like buying a car, and just like settle into like your own background in your own home, and sit and just unwind from everything and just process it. Because as you're processing stuff, a lot of times you will find loopholes in what they've said to you, or like, actually, coming to think about it, I actually didn't really like that car as much as I thought, or actually that car really won't fit my budget or won't fit my lifestyle. So it's always easier to walk away and go back for the vehicle after, because chances are it's always there. It's always there. And another good thing about walking away is, let's say that you went in on a Monday and you're like, yeah, I'll think about it. I'll give you a call in 2 days. Guaranteed, within the 2 days or by that second day, the morning, they're sending you an email or they're giving you a call like, hey, if there's any questions you want me to answer about this car, let me know and stuff. So they're on it just as much as you're on it. So that can kind of also be a bargaining tactic for you, where you could be like, yeah, actually, I thought about it and I'm not too sure, like, if it's the right car for me. And that's when they'll be like, well, what can we do to get you into this car? And that's when you can kind of bargain, like, well, I would prefer it if it had winter tires, or I would prefer if, you know, you brought down the price a bit. So you're able to bargain and negotiate more once you've walked out and now the ball is fully in your court, like you're not in their territory. So always walk out. And then another piece of advice would be just do what feels right. If it doesn't feel right and you know that you're gonna have regrets or whatever, don't do it. Like, just don't do it, because you'll end up regretting it in the long run. And oh, also the other thing is budgeting. Always make up your budget beforehand, because having a budget can make or break the deal and make you realize what you can and can't afford. Like with my vehicle, I had a budget, and my budget was a very conservative budget in that I'm like, this is the price that I'd want, because no matter where I am in my life, I will still be able to afford this. Of course, my choice of car changed, so my ending budget actually went up by $100, which I was impressed about, because like I said, my budget was so conservative that like the additional $100 was still like very easy for me to afford. Is just because I'm a cheap person, so the cheaper I could get something, the better. But of course, like, my car that I decided on actually cost twice as much as the original vehicle I was thinking about. So yeah, definitely always have a budget in mind. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or want any other like tip and trick videos, just let me know, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.